Psalms 143. What is God's will? Ancient pagans concocted all sorts of superstitious methods to determine the will of the gods. Priests would peer at the entrails of a sacrificial animal. Maidens would breathe noxious fumes and then hallucinate. Kings would try to read the patterns of circling hawks or vultures. Modern Christians fall into similar traps, looking for signs and symbols, trying to figure out, what does God want me to do? While God does occasionally communicate in signs, his most common form of talking to us is his word, the Holy Bible. Usually, it's when we don't like the clear and obvious will of God that we turn to signs and superstitions. Yet David in Psalms 143 gives us a clear path to discerning God's will. He says, "Teach me to do your will, for you are my God." You are my God. That means David is completely surrendered. Most of the time we function as our own gods. We do as we please, what we think is right, but David lets go of control. He sits back and lets God be God. That's the first and most important step into learning God's will. If we've already made our decision and merely asking for God to bless it, then we've pushed God off of his throne and taken his seat. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. When we humble ourselves and pray and seek his face, his will, when we surrender control, then God will make his will clear as day. So if you want to know what God wants you to do, start by joining David on your knees and say, "Teach me to do your will, for you are my God." God bless.